What's up, girl? Hey, you guys. This is Coach Indy. Welcome to the Thick Fit Nurse Life podcast. And so today I'm talking about the topic of your girl, a travel nurse, a mom of two, wants to compete before I turn 30, which the countdown to 30 is literally 12 months away because I just turned 29 this month. So I want to talk about the reason why, because I've never had the urge, the itch to do such a thing, but also like how it correlates to your own like nutrition journey as well. Because part of this was inspired by things that people come to me about, whether that be my clients or potential clients, about struggles that they've had with nutrition. And so that's why I want to talk about like my reason why, because this is like partially internal and then this is partially external as well, as to why I decided that I wanted to compete before I turned 30 years old. And yeah, so you will get some value from this as well for your own nutrition journey, and a little bit of mindset wrapped in there too. So if you don't know me, my name is Coach Indy and I am a travel nurse. I help other nurses be able to lose 30 to 100 pounds without having to track their macros or calories and without having to cut any carbs out of their diet. So you can keep the carbs. So if you want to know more about how I do that, then drop a hashtag ThickFitSecrets down below. But recently I announced on my Facebook and Instagram that I wanted to compete before I turn age 30. And there were some people that were like not happy. They were like, it is not Christian woman-like to wear bikini online with your behind out. And, and they were just like really adamant about like, you are going to bring a bad name to God. And it was just, but that's not the first time that I've gotten like inboxes like that, from people like just saying like what you do is not Christ-like. But in my opinion, like I don't think that the human body is something to be like shamed of. Like I'm that person that used to advocate for breastfeeding and that women don't have to cover up when they breastfeed because it's not a sexual thing. And I'm that person that used to advocate for home birth, and that's what I did with my kids, is home birth. And that the woman's body is built to birth naturally. So I'm one of those people that like my viewpoint is like very outside of the box. Like even though I've had people say things to me about breastfeeding or say things to me about how like it wasn't very godlike to have my baby at home because something could have happened and she could have died, and that would have been irresponsible for the life that God gave me. Like I've literally had these comments. So like as I embark on this journey, like one thing that will have to develop in me is like the tough skin of like comments of people who don't understand. And so I think that comes with like any fitness athlete when they embark on a journey. Like the majority of people are not going to understand, but I still wanted to share my why, because having a why that's really strong on your fitness journey, on your personal fitness journey, is extremely important, because there's going to be times where it gets super hard. There's going to be times where family members don't understand. There's going to be times where friends don't understand, especially like if you join a fitness journey during the holidays, during a time where most people are indulging in food, and they literally will hold off and put their fitness journey on hold until a specific date, January 1st, and only 8 to 13% of those people pass week 3. Week 3, there's 52 weeks out of the year, but past week 3, the majority will fall off and like never hop back on the train again. So that's very like low statistics of people that are actually going to be successful on January 1st. And the majority of people do not start a fitness journey during this time of the year. But what I want to get across to you is that, There is being average in life. There's being good, there's being great, and then there's being excellent in all that you do. And I used to have a coach that used to tell me how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I used to hate it when he would tell me that. And at the time, like I was going through a divorce, and recently I've also moved across country. I've had a job change. I've been trying to sell my house during a recession, which is like super stressful. We've put the house back on the market 3 times. So there's been so much out of my control that one of the big reasons why I want to do this is because of the divorce I've been through, because of everything that has corresponded within the last probably like 6 to 12 months. So much of my life has not been in my control. But one of the things that I talk to people that are my clients or my potential clients is that like what we put in our mouth is in our control. Because one of the things that I do is like emotional eating coaching, and also like intuitive eating coaching, which intuitive eating is just eating more mindfully, like being aware and mindful of the foods that you fuel yourself with and intentionally trying to get whole foods into your body. So one of the things that I am like constantly preaching to my clients and potential clients is that you can be in control of what you put in your mouth. Like it is a matter of a decision of like saying yes to this food and no, not right now to other foods. And so, so many people, they feel out of control in their life and their job, with their food, with their time, with their body, and they just feel like and I may talk to other nurses or other travel nurses, and they may not feel like it's possible for them to be able to work these 12-hour shifts where they're caring for everybody and their mom, plus they have kids at home, or maybe they're a travel nurse and they're on the road all the time and they feel like they have to have takeout food, or they're going to starve. And so I want people to know that you are in control of your decisions, of what you do with your time, and making sure that you set aside 30 minutes of your time at least to work out, and setting aside packing and preparing your food in order to be able to nourish your body well, be able to nourish your body with whole foods. And you're in control of, a good portion of your life if you make it that way. Like if you attack life with like that relentless execution. Like there are a lot of people who want to lose weight. I talk to so many people every single day that want to lose weight, but there's a difference between wanting and executing. And so, that bridge between wanting and executing, that's a hard bridge for a lot of people to cross on their own. And that's why I'm a coach. So if you feel like that's something you struggle with, like you really want it, but that bridge of like being disciplined and consistent on your journey, like that's what I'm here for. And you can always reach out for help. But I put a poll in my stories recently, and people were like saying that consistency and discipline is where they struggle. Like that is the biggest struggle. Like 88% out of the 100 said discipline and consistency. And so my big tip that I gave in my stories was that, when it comes to consistency and discipline, it comes down to developing routines and taking the guesswork out of what it is that you have to do. When you don't know, like when you're going to work out, where you're going to work out, how long, what you're going to do when you get there, what time, or like if you don't know what you're going to eat for the day, then that leaves it up to, guesswork. It leaves it up to possibly getting takeout. You may end up like going hours without eating, and now all of a sudden you're super hungry. And so the quickest, fastest thing is fast food. So then you make that calorie decision of 400 calorie fries versus, you know, a cup of strawberries, which I tell you guys, a cup of strawberries is like a lot of, it's a good amount of food that you can be satisfied off of. So instead of the healthier whole foods that are actually like super low in calorie, contains fiber and water and nutrients, then you went for the 400 calorie fries. That's not serving you in your goals, especially if you're really serious about wanting to lose weight. So, again, consistency and discipline comes down to taking the guesswork out of things. For me as a coach, like what holds me accountable is like I've hired other coaches, and I've also, being a coach holds me accountable because I need to be practicing what I'm preaching. But as I embark on this journey of wanting to compete, guess what I'm going to have to do again? I'm going to have to hire coaches because I've never done it before. And some of you have never been on a weight loss journey before, successfully keeping the weight off. And so whenever there's something in life you've never done before, that's the perfect time to get mentorship. That's the perfect time to reach out for help and get that workout plan. So it takes that guesswork out, get that meal plan so that it takes that guesswork out, and schedule out your days, your weeks, so that you are in control. So many people feel that routines are going to take away their freedom in life, but it actually does the opposite. Having routines, taking the guesswork out of your life actually gives you the freedom to be able to live your life in a way that you want to look the way that you want to, because whether people like to admit it or not, the way you look and feel literally affects every single aspect of your life. Your social relationships. And I know like sexuality and, you know, intimacy is talked about a lot, you know, showing your behind online as sexual or whatever, but intimacy is just one aspect, you know, of like wanting to like perform and look good in bed. Your work life is affected. Like as a nurse, you have to be on your feet for 12 hours. And it's a lot of work helping your patients and being on your feet constantly. Sometimes you don't even get a like full 30-minute lunch break. So like you are driven and you're pushed. So being in the best shape possible to be able to be a caregiver so you don't get caregiver burnout is super, super important. So yeah, social life, your work life, your relationships, intimacy, like being a mother, and, you know, playing with your kids, like all of these things are affected by the way that you look and the way that you feel. So coming up with routines and being able to have that weight off is actually going to create more freedom. It's going to create the life that you actually do want to live. So that's pretty much, you know, my reason for wanting to compete is I want to prove to myself that I can be disciplined, because I used to look at people who did fitness competitions as people who restricted themselves. And so I used to look at them and see restriction. Now, at this time in my life, I look at them and I see control, because most people have no control. They don't take control. They feel like they don't have control. And so that's something that's like I personally want for myself. I know most people will not understand. And that's okay. But I just want to like prove to my kids, prove to my clients, prove to the world that control is possible, and living a happy, healthy life, being a happy, healthy version of yourself is possible. I think a few things that I'm going to have to like cope with is that for a long time, I wanted to be curvy. I wanted to have D-cup breasts. I wanted to have like the fitness industry has changed. Like over the course of the years, the fitness industry have changed to be like very glutes focused, very BBL focused, because that's the look that people want nowadays. And so I finally achieved that curvy look. And so now I'm going to have to like cope with that as I go on this journey, I'm also going to lose that curvy look. Like bra size is going to change. I'm not going to be able to wear like the same clothes, et cetera, et cetera. So it's also going to be a grind in that way too, and just a grind and mindset as well. So yeah. But I hope that this helps you to be able to know like how you can stay consistent, how you can stay disciplined, routines and things that you can do and implement. Like as a travel nurse, one thing that I have to do is like pack and plan my food in advance. And I'm not like out of doing something that no one's ever done before. I have seen single mothers that are nurses compete before. And I kind of want to take advantage of the fact that as a travel nurse, my job is not permanent, that you can take time off in between assignments. And so I want to take advantage of that, because that would be really helpful when it comes down to like the nitty gritty of really getting shredded. So but again, hope you got some value. Drop some heart if you are on one of my social medias. Drop some hearts. If you got some value, give me a hashtag replay. And again, my name is Coach Indy, and I help nurses be able to lose 30 to 100 pounds without having to cut calories out of their diet or count calories, cut carbs out of their diet, or count calories. So if you want to know how I do that, then give me a hashtag ThickFitSecrets down below, and I will reach out with more information. And as always, it is faith, consistency, and hard work that's going to get you to your goals. And I hope that you guys have an amazing day. Bye.